Wow. So Virginia beats Wisconsin 60-54 here in this ACC Big Ten Challenge, winning its third straight ACC Big Challenge game. Last year was Michigan, the year before Minnesota. Tonight, Virginia takes down Wisconsin. UVA came in here as like 9-10 point underdog on the road. Not gonna lie, I didn't think the Wahoos had this in them. This is a performance it's just like you say to yourself, where do you even begin? There were so many contributors in this game. Obviously Joe Harris with the 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists I believe to lead the Wahoos. But Darion Atkins and Akil Mitchell, talk about guys who deserve a ton of credit here for this victory tonight. Their defense on Jared Bergen, their rebounding, Virginia coming up huge on the rebounds tonight. A game after, they did a kind of a shoddy job against North Texas on the boards. They come out here tonight, and I think they were up 10 or 11 on the stats, the final stats and rebounds. And then you have Evan Nolte, the freshman, who just hit those during that key part in the second half. Virginia was down 36-31, I believe, and Nolte just had a spurt where he scored 8 points in about a 3-minute stretch there, turned a 36-31 Wisconsin lead into a 46-40 Virginia lead, and Virginia kind of just held on from there. You kind of had a few flashbacks to that Miami game in the ACC tournament where Virginia blew a big lead late in that game that Wahoo fans definitely don't want to remember. Virginia had a couple turnovers there where you kind of probably got a little nervous if you were a Wahoo fan, but Virginia made the big plays at the end, and it's going to be one of the defining plays of the game will be that final sequence, or second to final offensive sequence for Wisconsin, where they tried to get off. They were down by 4, under 30 seconds to play. The Badgers were hunting for a 3-point shot and throwing the ball around and around the perimeter, and Virginia was just rotating like perfectly, and Wisconsin just looked frustrated. They could not get a good look. Finally, Ben Brust chucked up some nonsense that wasn't even close. Akil Mitchell gets the rebound, ices the game away at the free throw line, and Virginia gets a huge win. Those games against George Mason and Delaware seem like a distant memory after a performance like this. And another guy who won't get much credit really in a lot of the game stories that you'll be reading about in tomorrow's newspaper is Tevin Jones. But here's a guy who just, he steadied the ship. Jontel Evans made his return tonight, looked a little rusty, but here it was, the redshirt freshman Tevin Jones playing crunch time minutes down the stretch and really, holding his own, not doing anything too silly. He even hit a big shot at one point that helped Virginia in a surge there, and so he's a guy who deserves some credit too for kind of manning the point guard position. But a huge win for Virginia here tonight. Tony Bennett returning to his stomping grounds and picking up the victory. Saturday now, it's time. Bennett will just turn around and play his alma mater now when Wisconsin Green Bay comes to John Paul Jones Arena on Saturday. That's about it here. Be sure to follow me on Whitey's World 365, my Twitter feed, and I'll also have some post-game comments up on my blog on the dailyprogress.com website very shortly. 60-54, Virginia wins this ACC Big Ten Challenge. We'll see you back in Charlottesville.